What do people waste money on that amazes you? My former boss spent over $1,000 on her Candy Crush addiction. I think something that nobody has mentioned is good deals. How many people only buy things because it was on sale and they saved money? To me, I think to myself, it should never be how much you save, it should be how much did you spend. There is a difference between you want to buy something and you're looking for a good deal on it versus you bought it because it is on sale. Me, on Bath and Body Works candles. Crappy toys for my kids. I'm really grateful that people want to give them gifts. I'm just frustrated that they spend their limited funds on garbage from Walgreens or CVS that breaks immediately upon opening. Please save your money in my garbage collection. Cable TV. Here in Canada it's $60-90 per month and loaded with commercials. A wealthy lady's French poodle had a jewel-studded collar with real diamonds, rubies and sapphires. The French poodle's name, Mignon, was inscribed in sterling silver and affixed to the collar. I would have been concerned to take the dog for a walk for fear someone would have stolen it for the incredible value of the collar. The amount of money that people have to pay for a funeral is insane. Embalming, a casket, flowers, etc. The funeral industry is a racket. Cremation is the way to go. Even better, in most states it's legal to just have your family shroud and bury you. It turns your body into compost. That makes more sense to me than spending $10,000 just to be buried anyway. Going to Disney when you don't have enough money for house/car/food. Go out to lunch every day at work. Occasionally I get it, but every day is expensive. My cousin spent $500 on some Golden Goose shoes that legit look like you took a pair of Converse sneakers and left them outside for a month and then slapped a shitload of sequins on them. $500 for a pair of shoes that are designed to look worn out. Complete waste. My coworker has one of those weekly meal ingredient delivery services. He told me the price and it breaks down to $30 per meal, and he gets like 5 meals a week. He didn't believe me when I said my weekly food budget is $30. Excessive amounts of clothes or just stuff in general. Buying way more than you need or are going to use. A 120k banana duct taped to a wall. MLMs. If you have to pay to play, it's not a legitimate business. Louis Vuitton luggage. See it get mangled on luggage conveyors along $3 taped luggage, essentially performing exact same function. Top 10 answers from the last 100 times this question has been asked. 1. Eating out too often. 2. Cigarettes. 3. Reddit Gold. 5. Daily coffee. 6. Lottery. 7. Textbooks. 8. Diamond rings. 9. Bottled water. 10. In-app purchases. Extravagant weddings. I just can't relate to spending tens of thousands of dollars on a party on any level. Fortnite skins. Some of my friends' little brothers have spent nearly $400 on those. Gaming whales. I know they are the bread and butter of games, especially free-to-play games, and I'm not even talking about the ones who spent hundreds on the digital coding that gives them the ability to wear the special hat in game. But the ones that pay to win are the ones that confuse and amaze me. Isn't the point of having games is to play and enjoy them? What's enjoyable about paying your way to the top? Cigarettes. In-game purchases. Reddit awards and premium. Phones. Like, why do you need to get another phone after a year of having one? A 10,000 square foot McMansion on 1/2 acre of land, 50 feet away from the neighbors. Shoes. But not in the sense that they buy expensive shoes that work really well. I'm talking about when people buy shoes that aren't used for anything other than aesthetics, spend hundreds of dollars on them, wear them once, then sell them the moment they get any sort of scuff or mark on them. Bath water, hair, clothing, etc. of celebrities. No, I don't want Taylor Swift's purse. No, I don't want so, and so's bath water. Like, why? My friend goes to McDonald's every day. He always buys a large fryer, a large Diet Coke, and 2 single hamburgers. I go with him when we hang out, but he always buys me stuff. I usually don't try to have him get me anything, but he always gets me a medium fry and a large drink. He also says to me that I owe him $100 US, and he is really thin. The lottery. The odds of winning big are so infinitesimal and the returns are, if you're lucky, pretty low. Cigarettes. Tonight I saw a lady buy 24 packs of cigarettes 24x $5.00 equals $120.00. Gender reveal parties. My coworker wears socks twice, without washing them, kinda gross, but besides the point, and then throws them out, and buys new ones. Says he spends about $50 a month on socks. I spend less than that on socks in a year. Clothing. People buy so many clothes. Like, why do I need to look nice while I'm sleeping? I have had the same 10 shorts for like 5 years which I use for sleeping. Casinos, and just any form of gambling. Designer/name brands that are equal to their generic counterpart. Vehicles. A buddy of mine had to take a second job just to make his payments around $700 a month. I got mine at the same time for 1/3 of the sales price and pay less than 1/3 a payment. Do you really need a $45,000 vehicle? Bottled water. You're creating more garbage and throwing money at corporations that are literally putting tap water in a bottle for you. Cigarettes/tobacco products. Name brand baby clothes such as Nike shoes. I've seen it a good bit. I just don't understand why paying almost $50 on a pair of shoes for an infant that can't walk and will grow out of in about a month. Weddings. You pay so much money to show off your relationship to people, most of whom don't care, and you can use all that money for literally anything else. New phones. Like when people have a decent phone that still functions perfectly but then a new phone comes out and they buy it. I don't understand why. Pre-prepared ingredients in supermarkets. For example, pre-chopped onions. I can understand spending money on pre-cooked food, but paying 5x as much for pre-chopped onions does amaze me. Engagement rings. The whole free seller is crap. I mean, you do you. It's your engagement and your jewelry, and if you love somebody, you'll go out of your way to make them happy. But I really can't get my head around it. You could spend all that money for so many other and more meaningful or useful things than just a piece of glittering metal. My favorite thing about these threads is that they're also predictable. We get it. You have different priorities than other people. That's totally cool. Money has one purpose. To be spent. Use it for what makes you happy. If that's tattoos, bottled water, Uber Eats, and porn DVDs, God bless you. If it's kids, meticulously maintain beta cars and the 30-cent cup of coffee you make every morning, that's cool too. Figurines. I get that they must bring some sort of joy, obviously, but collecting little Funko Pops or random figures, or whatever seems no different than grandmas collecting precious moments. Ceramics from the Hallmark store. Useless clutter. If I were to collect any tchotchkes like that, I'd at least want it to be handmade and unique. Buying the new iPhone right away when their current one is totally fine. Hideous, blow up Christmas decorations that lie half inflated and pathetic on their lawns. Elaborate child birthday parties. Starving kids in Africa. For that kind of money you could have had a cup of coffee. Big weddings. What the hell is all that about? $3,000 for a dress, $15,000 for the venue, $2,000 on flowers etc. All for a party. I find the whole idea so wasteful. Also, the money you have to spend when you are invited to one. Hotel, outfits, travel, gifts etc. Cable or satellite TV. It just ain't worth it, chief. Cell phones. I can't believe some of my friends always complaining they're broke. Meanwhile they buy a new $1,500 phone every 2 years paying $120 a month. I don't understand how people justify upgrading their phone every 2 years. Such a waste of money. Name brand things. I grew up on the cheap stuff, and I turned out fine. My clothes smelled just as nice. My dishes were just as clean. You do what you gotta do to get by. Saves a lot of money too. I spent about $2,000 on Hearthstone cards back when the game was actually fun. Crappy expansions were the best thing that ever happened to my wallet. Honestly, most video game transactions. Most people on this site are probably guilty of this though from what I've seen. An Austrian politician spent the 2nd of March euros a month on Clash of Clans. Apparently had the party pay for it though, so. But you try charging $12 upfront for a game and nothing else, and you see people complain about being overcharged. The mobile market is especially weird with money. Former boss, what happened? How was she to work with?